called progressive familial intrahepatic cholestasis. Yeah, it's long, but it's basically your liver doesn't function right. It doesn't drain bile out the way it's supposed to. And since it's called progressive, the reason that I'm getting worse now, it is a progressive disease, so it gets worse. So it could get worse from when I was little, and it could take 2 years to get worse, but mine just took 13 years to get this bad for me to need a liver transplant. I started realizing that I was different around maybe the end of fifth grade, because that's when people start to realize, well, she has this thing on her stomach and we don't have that. So the more people noticed it about me, like when I was growing up, the more I would start to realize it. And I finally realized, like, it really hit me around when I started middle school, because teasing got really, really bad. And I did go through a lot of teasing, like girls saying, well, I don't want to be around you because you might be contagious. You're not pretty because you have that.
She doesn't do well with it. She's coming to accept it, but she's scared to death, she said, to go through the surgery, the liver transplant. It scares her.
It's hard as a mom because you want the best for your children. You don't want to ever see them go through this, ever. And she tells us all the time, I don't want to die, because she knows the reality of what she has. It's not a disease that will go away with medication. It's a liver transplant that's gonna make it better.
Since I've gotten sick, I've been having to take 8 medications a day, 5 in the morning, and then 2 in the afternoon, 1 at night. I have to get like special types of makeup to cover up like my skin color, to cover up my face color, because my skin is kind of yellow, tinted yellow. And until I get that liver transplant, I can't really cure myself of this disease. There's nothing else that's going to help. So right now we're waiting for a living donor to donate to me, because being on the transplant list, you're not going to really get one unless you're, well, the list I'm on, since I'm with adults, I'm sick enough to where I'm basically kind of dying, but I'm not sick enough to where I'm in a hospital, dying on a hospital bed. So you kind of have to be really sick to have to get one before anyone else gets one. So that's why we need a living donor.
As soon as I found out that I was a blood match, which is one of the qualifications amongst 16 others, that it was basically a no-brainer that I was going to step up and go ahead and go through the testing and whatever was needed. And also it would just be a matter of, Marissa's body accepting the liver, because that still is no guarantee that even if I am a match, whether her body will accept the liver or not. So that's why we're kind of reaching out to the community, the cities where we live in, the outskirts, of just anyone who'd be willing to come forth to, donate part of their liver, to help her. And like I said, this is not just something that we want to do for Marissa. It's something that they definitely, want to keep on the back of their minds, because just put yourself in, this was your child or your niece or your family member. What would you do?
You just have to look at the bright side and be like, what if it is a yes? What if she is the perfect donor? You don't really look at the no, at the bad side of it, until you really need to, because that's not going to help you get better if you're just constantly thinking about the bad. I really want to join cheer my sophomore year, since I wasn't able to try out or anything this year. I'm going to do that. And I know it's a little thing, and because I'm a teenage girl, the really big thing would be being able to go out to pool parties and stuff and wear bikinis and be confident, because I don't have this thing on my stomach anymore. So wearing a 2-piece would be a really big part of getting that. That's what I'm mostly looking forward to, being like all the other girls.